nationwide panic, now a world stampede. Yes, I licked the paper when I rolled up the weed, then I laughed when you passed it back to me. Yo, it's about to get you, set speed. Peace to social gatherings, schools, and groceries. The virus knocked you out like Apollo Creed. Body aches, sniffly, nose making you sneeze. Spread through the air, mask up and take heed. So much inflammation, homeboy, you can't breathe. Oh, you can read about the pure breed. Do Corona dance like you ate a pepper seed. When I step up in the place, I make Corona spread. Whoa, hi, got the world infected. I got that deep chest cough that make your lungs collapse. Whoa, hi, got the world infected. And you know we come through to blow our nose and hat. Whoa, hi, got the world infected. So throw that cough up in your arm, don't ever disrespect. Whoa, hi, got the world infected.
Hey guys, this is Freddy the Stoner from Michigan, famous from Jimmy Kimmel Live, and I'm here at the South of the Straits show, and we got a great thing coming, I think.
Babe, are you okay? Babe! You knocked him out?
That hurt.
the fuck
That
out.
knocked him flat out.
What's happening, everybody? Sideshow Nate and Dan Strait here with the
What's
South
up?
of the Straight show. It's been a little bit of time since
Yes.
we've been on the show because of our fucking internet, but guess what, cocksuckers? We got
We're
it
back.
already. It's all fucking back to work. It's working as it should be.
Nothing's fucky anymore.
Nothing's fucky. No more fucky.
And I'm back.
And Dan's back. Dan has been in. He's
Yeah.
been down in Myrtle Beach
I was
for the
in
past
Myrtle
9
Beach,
days.
South
Yeah.
Carolina.
What was
for
that?
Like
What was that
9
like,
days. I was ready to go.
Did you were doing I saw cave tours and all this shit.
Yeah, I did
and,
cave tours.
You
I
were
did.
hanging out on the beaches, and
I was riding the waves, man.
What was it like?
was
By the way, too, everybody, remember
was like
one
Lake
thing.
Michigan.
One thing we want to let everybody know: Dan's doing a thing tonight for alcoholics, I guess.
Yes.
I'm an alcoholic myself, 4 years sober.
I want to
but
remind all the alcoholics why you don't drink.
Dan is
And
going to
I'll
be.
play the fool tonight so that you guys, you
Dan's,
don't have to do it again. You know what I mean? So I'll just do it.
Dan's going to drink all night
And
long.
you'll be like, that's why I don't drink.
So we're gonna
because
watch-
I'll do that.
We're gonna watch Dan slowly get drunk. Oops, we're gonna watch Dan slowly get drunker as the night goes on. Mm-hmm. Also in the studio with us tonight is a good friend of ours who you may remember him from the days up on stage. I've seen him. I've seen Kronie at parties. I've seen him up on the stage at Union Street a few times.
Yes.
Some of the greatest bands out there, man. Greatest band members too. You know, I mean, these guys are fucking super.
Hell yeah, dude.
This is in the studio. Just check him out. He's right here next to me. Here's AJ. He's the lead singer of the band Kronie. He's going to be chatting with us tonight about not. Well, I mean, what is it? I mean, it's not going to be just. You're like multi-talented type of a guy that we just discovered this. I didn't know this until like a few weeks ago when we ran into each other at that gig, and remember that one show that
Sure,
we were
right.
over at
That
the
was great.
the other place.
Get
That's
right
what-
on the mic, dude. Don't be afraid
Yeah, make
of
sure
that
you get
mic.
right up on the mic. Too.
Own it.
Oh,
Get
okay.
on it. Like,
Yeah, like I don't know how to use this thing.
Yeah, you gotta
Right.
use it like a microphone.
How does it work?
Yeah,
you're
it doesn't
good, dude.
talk
Right
for
there is
you.
perfect.
So you were at the gig. There's a few other bands that were there. It was actually like the inaugural show for the
Yeah.
other place coming back.
Yeah, we
And-
had there was Infinium, Aurelius, and the Glorious Dead.
and Glorious
Oh,
Dead. Yeah,
all
yeah.
awesome bands.
Dude, and well, Dan, this is the cool
Fuck,
thing.
dude.
August 4th, there's going to be a Shred Fest. There's going
Are
to be
we
a
doing this again August 4th?
August 4th, there's it's like a shred competition or something. I don't know if it's a
Yeah.
competition. Have you heard about this? It's
No, where's that
No,
at?
It's at the other place. They're going to be doing it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, same place.
I need to shred up.
So that
you know,
was
like-
what was that? The old venue. What was that called?
The comedy club.
The comedy club.
Right.
Yes.
Now everybody knows.
Yeah. Well, it's been called the Comedy Club, the other place, as well as.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, as well as now it's the Grand Traverse Event Center.
got
is
it.
what
Right.
it's called. But
Okay.
I need to get shredded up, man. I need to go to the gym, dude, like this guy over here. Not only is he rocking and rolling, he's beating asses too.
he's
That's
whooping
what the
asses.
fuck I
Well,
need
I
to
mean,
do.
he's not whooping
I'm
asses.
saying,
You
Sorry,
weren't even
go
on
ahead.
camera.
I've been
you're-
drinking.
You're
I've
all
been-
drunk. You don't even know what's going on. No, AJ, you've been doing MMA and stuff. Like,
Well, I've been learning. I've been learning from the best.
Better than
so.
what I'm
Gotcha.
doing.
learning from the Apollo. Apollo is what you're referring to.
Tuhon Apolo, yes,
Yeah.
through artofblade.com and an online program that they're using to basically have a virtual class as well as going to physical events all over the U.S. And
That's cool.
It's an international club, too, so there's people that are all over training back and forth, sending videos, and also meeting in person. In fact, in December 8th through the 11th, there's going to be a big gathering in Fort Lauderdale. And
really?
So it's going to be all
Down
the
in Florida
different,
there.
for our annual meeting. So
Okay.
it's going to be pretty exciting. They're going to have some stick fighting and lots of training there.
Yeah, tell us
Dude,
about
I
this.
mean, no, hold on. I mean, this has got to really come supernatural to you too. Not supernatural,
Supernatural.
but super like naturally. It's a good flow because like MMA is like so metal, dude. It's like smash your fucking head in metal. You know what I mean?
Well,
is
not-
like
it's not
Kronie
metal.
playing in your head?
It's not. There's like no. Wait, you gotta
Okay,
understand.
you know
like,
what, dude?
there's-
Have you ever been to the gym? Have you ever worked out? I mean, like listening to some shit. Kronie, I've listened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
We're gonna listen to
it
some
is
Kronie in a
metal,
little bit.
dude.
We're gonna listen.
You know what I'm saying?
And I've taken from like Slipknot and Megadeth. I mean, if I want to work out, and it's interesting that in the music, really, they or bands like Tool, for example, already have martial arts in their music.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Tool with the timing structure.
well, not
of
just
Tool
that,
alone,
but Maynard
you know?
and Dave Mustaine both have some jiu-jitsu backgrounds.
Oh,
So,
do they really?
And
Okay, gee.
Taekwondo.
We're all
for,
learning so much more.
yeah.
Dude, no. It's,
Yeah, so it's interesting how the music
Yeah.
industry and the martial arts industry have that close relationship that I don't think's
I
really
didn't know that. Yeah,
talked
that's
about
cool.
enough.
Yeah.
And,
it's true.
Yeah.
So the martial arts that you're referring to though is like it's a Filipino. What is it? Filipino martial arts.
Yeah, it's an indigenous Filipino martial art called Kali.
Kali.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yep.
Really?
Yeah, Kali.
Okay, Kali.
So-
So, Kali, tell me about this. What is the
Give us a
point of Kali?
rundown,
Because I know
man.
like every martial art has got like its own.
How do you give the rundown on like monkey style, like or
Monkey
you know,
style.
throw out any style, okay? How do you
Yeah.
give a rundown on that?
Well, I
Okay.
think what is really inherent about this system is that Tuhon and his team have really worked and invented sort of almost their own fighting system, and kind of like in a Bruce Lee level kind of system.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Okay.
And going kind of in a way where it teaches you the blade, and it's all oriented from that.
Wow.
So everything has to do with the blade, and there's no wasted motion.
Okay.
Dude.
And I think that's probably one of the neat things about it. And as far as being able to practice sort of geometry within your training, so you understand the
What?
space around you.
It's
You
mathematical,
can apply it
man.
to you can apply it to anything. It's really developed by engineers so you can control the battle space.
So okay, so now
Dude,
you
Dad, I hope you're listening to this. My dad's getting ready to move to the Philippines. These guys are gonna fuck you up. Second you step out of line with your biker bullshit,
your wife,
they're
don't
gonna
fuck with
fucking
her.
cut you.
gonna
Well,
gotcha.
I have
Okay,
to say
they
though,
won't, they won't.
and I have to make a special play on as far as like I train also right down the street on Garfield at Significant Strikes.
Okay.
And so there is definitely, and I train with Chris and Allison over there. They're really great, and they have an awesome MMA, boxing. They do jiu-jitsu there with Torrin and Jeshua, Dean. They're all really great as far as instructors, and
Yeah, yeah.
that's where I kind of test my mettle as far as more trained fighters and people that are going to be going into the ring. And then what I kind of do is I also do the Filipino martial art to sort of to kind of forge my own path. So I have a Facebook page called Absolutely Justified Kali.
This is AJ and Tuhon.
So
right
you've
here.
got your own
Apollo.
style that you're developing then with
Yeah.
with all these influences. You're taking several influences
Exactly.
in and you're creating a new style from those.
Well,
That's
I'm not-
like
yeah.
so Wu-Tang,
I'm passing it along. I try to take exactly what the instructors give me and
Sure.
pass it along, and try not to water it down. I do the best I can. I think there's these pressure tests that come, and without those, you're not going to be able to really excel. And so
Right.
you've got to keep kind of finding these pressure tests, and getting your students to find those pressure tests too. So you have to be willing to activate them. Say, okay, well, it's time to get in the ring, or it's time to. So that's
Yeah.
kind of where we
You gotta
are.
build
is
yourself
this
up,
art,
mentally.
Yeah.
Sort of an MMA for stick fighting as far as the iKali system and the WIKA sports that they've really initiated,
Yeah.
which is a national stick fighting league.
Show us what you got. What did you bring with you, brother?
got-
What
you
do
got
you
a
got
stick
here?
Interestingly
here.
enough, about 4 years ago, I picked this up from Tuhon when he came here, and I learned from Master Chris Pline. And he came and did a seminar about the blade, and I had seen it years ago when I was in the military, but I couldn't remember what it was. Like, I had seen it back in late 2000s, and it was really interesting because I'm also a drummer, so you
You like
wouldn't
to beat
believe.
shit with sticks.
Yeah, the drummer. Sorry, I'm not right up on the mic, but being a drummer, it's kind of a musical martial art. So you
Sure
learn
it
how to
is.
hit in between the
Absolutely.
beat, and
It's all mathematical. Even
Yeah.
the martial arts, like you were saying, like
Mm-hmm.
it's you're breaking it down mathematically to utilize best your style in that space.
Here, I'll move this. There we
No
go.
movement is uncounted for, is what you're saying,
I keep pushing a fucking button, and it's
Yeah,
like,
you're right. No,
right? Right?
That's a big part of it. So what I brought here was basically what we call a Kali stick, and this is what you generally practice with, and it's should be about the length of your arm to your shoulder, and it's basically it's a double blade. So we have both the right and the left hand being used. So that's a big key about it too.
Sure. Yeah. Wow.
Not to be mistaken for just putting yourself into tough situations. I mean, So I don't think there's any fail safe.
The blade and the stick go hand in hand. Like
Exactly. So the way we enter is really we bow in like this. We say with respect from
Sure.
the heart. And that's how every class is. It's a gumagaling mugmalasa.
Give me
have a knife
goosebumps just
in the
now.
class.
You're like, with respect, that
Yeah,
fucking
you could do
bumped
it with
me,
that,
bro.
or you can do it with the stick. The stick
Okay.
represents the blade. So for training
okay.
purposes, perhaps there are people or individuals that wouldn't want you to learn certain things. So it's sort of hidden in a dance form, but it's used really.
because the videos that I was watching from Apollo, there's Apollo's actually got a YouTube channel that you can go and
Oh
check
yeah,
out.
yeah. They're very as far as their martial arts skills when it comes to business and the internet.
This guy right here.
They're
Yeah.
definitely they have those.
Yeah, they're tech savvy.
Exactly. That's how to put it.
Well, that's
Right,
good
right.
because they need to get the message out what they're trying to do there.
Yeah. During
It's
COVID,
funny.
they were on the ball. Like they already had classes set up. A lot of martial arts were behind, or they didn't want to
And doing
kind
it
of transition.
online, that's kind of cool.
Right,
You know? Like
yeah.
That's
Most people would be like, well, that's not going to work. But these are it's about repetitions. It's about the hours you put in. And there's an instructor training. So again, if you go to artofblade.com, you can sign up for that, or you can go to these different events and train.
And a lot of this stuff is happening. Like, I mean, you're saying right here in Traverse City.
Well, I teach here, so
You
I also
teach.
yeah.
You- yeah.
If anyone wants lessons, you can go to Absolutely Justified Kali, and I will pass along that knowledge to you of what I've learned through him and
Sweet.
various other martial artists. I've been doing this since the '90s. Since I
No
went.
shit. Wow.
Yeah,
it's
different
so
martial
cool
arts.
to learn these things.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I mean,
you know,
because
it's
when
cool
AJ,
because-
when you came into like me understanding like this band and all that with Kronie, I was
Discipline,
I was
right?
just like, wow, this is a great musician. I didn't know that there was all this other shit that goes along with the musician
I think
too.
a lot,
you know? Like,
a lot
that's-
of good musicians have discipline in their life, and martial arts
Which-
is all about discipline.
Which camera?
You're on this camera right here.
I feel like I'm looking at that. Okay.
So yeah, no
Ryan
martial
there.
arts is about discipline, but at the same time, you can have two different fighters that studied in the same styles that have completely they made it their own. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's not no fighter is exactly the same.
But I've lost. Let me tell you, I've gone in these situations where I've studied these type of martial arts, and then I've gone and tested my moves, and I've taken a couple of beatings. That's why I always
sure,
stick with the MMA stuff because because it's a good way
If
for me
all
to
else
figure
fails,
out.
you can break into something
You
else
know,
like boxing.
But with the stick fight, everything kind of goes hand in hand. It's really hard to get as close to real as possible without putting yourself in a real situation, and kind of what your goals are.
Now it's
and
you know
everything,
what's
you know.
dangerous to me sounding. I mean, protecting yourself with the stick and knowing the martial arts and knowing exactly how to use that, and it's an extension of who you are because you're using it at that moment and everything. Like, here's one thing though: people that get stabbed by knives usually get stabbed by their own knife. You know what I mean? That's a fact. So like,
that true?
you whip out a knife. And you start fighting. A lot of people will get the knife knocked out, or someone will rock boss them, overpower them, get their knife. These guys are exceptions. They have they're trained beyond
it's
that.
true. That's why it's important
But
to
that's a true
practice with
thing.
a real knife.
Right.
You'll be like, wow, and that's why I really love this art is because when you practice it, you find out that these moves are tried and true because you don't cut your own arm off by accident.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
Anyone can say, well, I'm going to teach this type of system, but I mean, if you're able to really execute it without hurting yourself too,
That's what I was going for.
You
right
do.
there.
That's really a difficult thing to overcome.
that's
If you
the
guys
next
are going to
level
go out
there.
and do this, you better make sure that you get with the right people that can show you how to do it right.
Well, obviously, AJ, I mean, that would be the guy to be checking out here. I mean, if you're doing this right here in Traverse right now, I'm sure there's a lot. You think about like all the people out there, and you know what just popped in my fucking head?
What is it?
There's this Facebook page that I saw on Facebook. Well, obviously.
Okay.
But I was thinking of like people that have like troubled lives and stuff. They like need to be disciplined, need to learn things that need to. But
Sure.
and then like this Facebook page that popped into my fucking head, this Grand Traverse Police Department Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
There's a satire
They're huge.
Facebook page that I've seen on Facebook.
Oh, yeah?
where
Hilarious.
these people are fucking great, dude. Like some of them, maybe we'll find it or something.
People
later,
believe
but-
it. They
and
don't
people
know it's-
believe that it's a real fucking like they believe that
Police.
it's the police. It's just
They're like,
so
we
fucking
arrested
funny,
this
dude.
guy, and people
Yeah.
are like, wow, you guys are fucking assholes. Fuck the police. Oh, it's hilarious to see some of the
They
comments.
were talking
and
about
everything.
like mushrooms the other day. Like they had
They busted
busted
a guy with
somebody for
garlic.
like 2,000 pounds of mushrooms or something, and then the police started taking selfies with them. Like that was what they were saying. But then the mushrooms turned out to be garlic.
Oh, I see.
They
and,
still
yeah,
arrested the guy.
The
Anyway,
guys-
if that dude had some knife skills, maybe he would have got out of that with
Well,
the
maybe
police.
if he would have, maybe he wouldn't have been doing the mushrooms, trying to sell the drugs and all that stuff.
What were you really getting into
you
with
know,
the page?
that could
What
be-
did
maybe
it
that's what
remind you
was.
of with the page? You were going into that.
What's that?
I'm sorry.
That was it. That was just
Okay.
the troubled
Oh.
youth, Troubled
youth, okay.
Like that the page popped into my head. Like these are troubled youth, Like maybe there's something that they could help, Like maybe if you have a kid out there or something.
It does.
even.
It does help to have discipline with the training, and it's all about repetitions. And
Yeah.
when your mind is scattered, and you really kind of have to find a place to channel the energy that you've got there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I found that there's a lot of things that work out there, but this, in my opinion, is again pretty modern and easy to learn, and men and women can do it. What's nice about it is you can practice with your friends, so
Yeah.
you learn these patterns, and you get to.
So you can practice with Dan right now. You could just
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could do it.
Mhm.
I mean, this
If
this
we
is
want, yeah.
like I almost said, which I know he's talking about the martial arts, but I almost
It's
said,
like,
are you
we
talking
have a
about
ring out back.
You talking about music, or are you talking about martial arts?
Well, and that's
Because,
all right.
you know
So
what I
this
mean?
that's a great
That's
point.
The crossover.
Yeah. Now here's
Okay.
the crossover point. Look.
Gotcha.
All right. I got a chance to sit in front of Megadeth, and they asked them one of my questions once.
Really?
And yeah,
That's cool.
I got to go to a show at Soaring Eagle, and I saw Megadeth, and I had the VIP package. Okay, with the
Nice.
picture and everything.
Nice.
And they said, we'll submit some questions ahead of time. And so I submitted a couple questions. And one of the questions I asked is like, well, basically, Dave, I see that you've just gotten your purple belt in jiu-jitsu. What do the other guys do in the band to keep up with you? It had to be a very strategic question to weave its way
You're
into
dealing with a
Right,
disciplined
yeah.
person.
yeah, and
You already know
I
it,
can't just
'cause you
ask
got
about
this
him.
belt.
How do I include the other bandmates? Because everyone's going to ask this and that, and
Yeah.
so that was the question that got, because they asked me for a second one.
That
so
is a tough one. I
so
think.
I'm out there right up in front, and they asked my question, and so Dave's sitting there listening to it, and it's funny because the way I worded it, it was like almost like he thought it was going to be about him, but it was about everyone else. So
Right.
he didn't say anything at all.
Oh man! Oh my god!
So they looked at me, right? But Kiko and the other two, which are badass, man. These guys, and not that I can't remember their names, but I can't right now. But they're fucking awesome. But anyway,
The whole band's
I
awesome.
sat there and they
Great,
responded,
yeah.
and they talked about the things that they do to keep in shape, to keep up with Dave, because I think he's around 60 now.
Right,
And
right.
He had throat cancer.
Throat
and stuff.
cancer, and
But
still
I mean, those
kicking.
guys came out and killed it. And man, I had a wonderful experience. I actually brought something to show you.
Really?
That's related to that.
I'd love to see it. What
I
do
don't
you-
know.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull it out.
We
now.
know
for it,
we know
Sam.
what you're talking about with the
Yeah.
questions while you're pulling that out. We ask questions, we
ask
interview
questions, yeah,
people.
Okay.
So at the same time, we know exactly what you mean about like asking the right question.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
right,
And,
and I thought
which
you guys might
90% of the time
appreciate
we
that.
don't.
Absolutely,
We
Yeah.
would never ask the right
Because
question.
we are shitty interviewers. It's like I don't even know why we have this show.
I don't even know why anybody wants
We-
to talk to us.
We're
Well,
like,
I don't
what?
know. You guys are the only ones that really want to talk to me. And,
We don't ask
you know,
questions that are
Yeah.
We're the only
difficult,
ones that
you
want
know?
to talk
We're
to you.
not-
Yeah.
We ask questions like, "Do you like eating pussy?"
Do you
Is that a
fart?
big deal?
How often do you fart? You know,
Our
What's the
show
last
is
good
just
shit
like,
that you took. I mean,
no,
yeah,
but we
we're
can
like
get
children.
serious too. We're
All right.
not.
Well, look, man, I don't know. Maybe
Dude,
it was
this
a
is
sign,
crazy.
but a few years ago, I had found on
Folks can't see this yet.
Craigslist this 7-string guitar, and they said it was signed by Megadeth, right? And so there's Dave Mustaine's name right there.
Get
Yeah,
this.
and
get
it says
this.
Marty Friedman.
Holy
So-
crap!
Oh yeah, is this? Here we go. So
Careful with that. Don't
There you
don't
go.
too much. Can't
Right
go.
there.
Look
So-
at that,
I
dude.
guess it would be this way. This is a terrible scene.
Oh, here,
Sorry,
here,
no, it's
I'll
fine.
do it.
We're allowed
got
to.
it.
Oh
We're
yeah,
allowed
so
to.
there
see
you
it.
go. So I mean, this was made in the late '90s. I looked up the model, and I'm like, well, this kind of, and I don't know if this is Dave or whoever, Elfson, but definitely Marty Friedman, Dave Mustaine there. So
There
I
you
thought
go.
that was pretty cool, and it was a 7-string, so it was kind of unique for the late '90s, to have some jacks. But
Dave
it's,
Mustaine, no shit.
yeah, so
That is
I mean, but
totally-
how do we prove it? I kept trying to look up, like, well, how do I verify that this is? he
How about
actually
talk to
signed-
the guys in person?
Well, I mean, that was my goal, but because of COVID, they didn't let you get too close.
Oh yeah,
What's cool is
dude.
they gave us signed copies of the set list.
Oh wait a minute.
So
Let me
now
see
you
that.
have their
So
signatures
wait,
to
you've got the
match up.
signatures matching up with.
Yeah.
Holy
and-
shit!
Yeah, so, and I also have a poster from these guys, so I was able to really get that signature from
Oh my
verified,
god, dude.
set list. And, maybe I should turn this around, huh?
When that whole
Oh, I
time you were
crushed
saying
this
verified.
My girlfriend would beat me up right now.
Don't worry, we got it all on video.
It's okay.
She can beat you up later.
Now we can hear you on the
Yeah, I
mic a
don't
little
try not
better.
to teach her too much, because I'm like, whoa.
No, that's
but
awesome.
There you go. There's the set list, and
Oh
there's
my
his
God.
name. And so I had a really crazy experience there, because not only did I get a picture with him, I got the set list,
Wow.
I had this guitar, but I, as the show had started, there was Trivium, Lamb of God, and Hatebreed. And
Wow, what a cool band.
my God.
yeah,
dude.
yeah. So
Oh.
the first band
Cool
that
guys.
played was Hatebreed, and
Jamie Josta.
somehow I got a pick from Hatebreed.
Fuck yes.
So that was pretty cool.
Dude, no, that's really cool.
So I picked that up. Says Hatebreed right there.
Oh my god, look at that.
There's
Yeah.
the camera.
So that was pretty sweet,
Let it focus on
right?
that.
So they threw that through the crowd. I was just gonna let it sit on the floor in front of some woman. I was being nice, because
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
here you go. Even though I had loved.
She didn't even notice or
She
something.
was like, no. She was like, oh, you can have it. And I'm like, is this a sign? I
Yeah.
grab it. I snatch it up, dude. Next thing that happens, okay? Trivium comes on the stage. The guy throws the drumstick
Oh my
through
god.
the sky. It says Alex Bent, or is it Brent? Alex Bent. So he throws it.
Oh my god.
It comes like this through the crowd. I hit it out of someone's hand, lodges in a seat behind me. I snatch it up.
Holy
Boom.
shit.
I've got the Trivium drumstick.
Nice,
Just
dude.
like that, right? So that's the second band. I'm like, there's no way this is going to go like
It's all
that.
in one
Continue
gig.
to happen
One
here.
show, one
Yeah.
night.
I'm like, Lamb of God comes on stage.
Lamb of God.
Ow.
Oh my god.
Lamb of God.
Lamb
through
of
the
God
crowd.
fucking picks.
Yeah, I'm only a few rows away, Boom, Lamb of God. And I'm
That's so
like,
I'm
fucking
starstruck
cool,
right
dude.
now.
so far every pick flies through the sky. But there's no way that it could be that true, right? You're the chosen. You get the pick of destiny.
You're the chosen one, dude.
So look. Dave Mustaine fucking ends the show. He looks out in the crowd. He's like, "Thank you." He's looking, and he peers out of the corner of his eye, and he goes, "Whew," and the pick flies through the sky, through the hands and shit. Like, he didn't even really, just kind of glanced over and he threw it like he'd done it a million times, dude.
Holy shit.
And it comes through, and boom, it lands on the ground, and I stomp on it with my foot, and I act stupid. I'm like, huh? And everyone's like, because, looking around
big,
for it and shit, but I'm
Yeah.
acting like, I don't know where could it
Yes,
be?
that's genius.
But I fucking
dude.
knew, man. It was under
Yep.
my shoe.
You had it under your foot the whole
Yes.
time.
So I pull this up, and I pull it in my pocket.
Look
and boom,
at that.
It says
Oh
Dave
my God, it's
Mustaine.
actually got. It's bent and everything. This is fucking you.
Dude,
He's been playing
it
the
was
shit
the
out
last
of it.
was-
pick he threw, man. Like,
touched
like,
by Dave Mustaine.
boom.
I mean,
I
Let me
caught
see.
it.
Let me see. Come here.
Holy shit, that's
Dave
fucking
Mustaine,
amazing.
come here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was like
smell
the-
his
He was
finger.
banging some pussy, dude, right before the show, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was like, smells like pussy. Dude, hold on to that. Don't ever lose the scent.
AJ takes a sniff.
This girl's like, what the hell are you? Who are-" I'm kidding. It didn't smell like it. It was
So
awesome,
I
though,
figured
man.
I'd tell you that story and kind
That's
of.
amazing.
Dude.
Yeah, I thought
Wow,
it was
dude.
kinda-
That is the cool. Dude,
The
that
way
whole
things
fucking
work out
box right
Yeah,
there.
here's the
So,
VIP
no, let me
pass,
ask you.
just to prove it. VIP guest, boom.
Wow.
Oh,
it.
totally believable.
Megadeth, dude. I mean, that whole box is like one of those things that you just hold on to for the your rest of your life. You know, I
Dude,
mean, a 7-string guitar
Right.
signed
So,
by Dave Mustaine.
Hold on. Let me
Like,
ask
that's
you.
Fucking,
Did you end up authenticating the signatures of the guitar with the signatures
Well,
that you got? Do you feel like it's the
Do
same?
I go to Pawn Stars and ask for a couple thousand?
Yeah, right?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know? And then I
I
gotta
don't know.
fight everyone off with the knife moves. I'm not really sure.
Did somebody
works
play it
together.
after it was signed? It almost looks like it's rubbed off on the edge there.
Oh, it is. I mean, people have played it before. I even played a little bit. I couldn't.
Okay,
help
yeah.
Playing on
Of
it,
course,
you know,
right?
but I couldn't touch it anymore. I just secured it as long as it said Dave Mustaine and Marty Friedman.
Yeah,
Right.
for
It's
sure.
like late '90s and Jackson. And I got here he does this like little thing now to kind of. I think he's added this on. But if you look
Okay.
at that D, I mean that D looks exactly like that D, man. And look at the
Yeah.
look how
That's-
it's
Oh, that's a
This
match.
is what I was going
That is
for.
a match,
look at
dude.
that T, man. So I mean,
I think
Yeah.
we're right. I
This-
think it nailed it.
you know,
I
I'm
think it
just
is,
saying,
dude. That's
I mean,
authentic as
this
shit,
game,
dude.
I bought this for a couple $100 from a guy who didn't even know what it was, really. You
And
know?
now you're like,
Yeah.
you got the
He's
fucking
like,
holy
Megadeth,
grail,
like,
dude.
I'm like, I'll take it.
You got like the ultimate historical story maker right there,
Yeah.
dude.
Wow,
I mean,
and
that's
you
fucking-
came on our show
that's
with it,
great,
man.
dude.
That's
Well, I thought you
that's
might
amazing.
appreciate
That's
That
the,
is amazing.
Now everybody
That's
remember that's the
fucking-
first time that was publicly shown to anybody.
Yeah.
So
I
when
wanted
it
to get
gets
off
to
my chest.
No
Pawn
one's ever
Stars
seen
or
that.
whoever
Yeah,
else, it's
yeah,
gonna
Pawn
be like,
Stars, you already saw it
we
here.
already saw it on South of the Straits.
Yeah.
We knew already, dude.
Dude, that is.
Dude, that's
thank you for
awesome.
showing us.
You're
that,
welcome.
dude.
Yeah.
That's
So
a cool
cool,
thing,
dude.
man. And now with your music though, like what about with the Kronie? Now I know we had Sled Dog on a few weeks back. He came in here. And then you know, kind of said that the band had broken up or something like that, or the band was done. But you're moving on with other music, right?
Yeah, I
going
mean,
on?
Kronie's alive and well.
Kronie's alive and well.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm Kronie.
You're working
You
on,
are Kronie.
You're
I'm
working
Kronie.
on other projects. Too.
Absolutely. There we go.
Yeah, I work for Two Bays as a DJ. I'm a wedding DJ, and I also do basically events and everything. So I've been rocking out every weekend,
Nice.
practicing some other skills. I take voice lessons with Thomas Collette out of Arizona through Skype. So if you check out Thomas Collette Vocals, I kind of practice my skills, and then you know, I'm working with Dave Runyon and Jabo.
Yeah.
Cool.
so-
Yeah.
So those guys have kind of a little team in the background, and the Time Bombs, Chad Schrader.
Yeah,
so,
I've seen the
so,
Time Bombs.
So I
Those
kind of
guys are
have
great.
I work with a lot of different bands, and I also do like live sound for a church, Unity Church. So I'm sort of like a Kronie
That's so
Entertainment
awesome.
is really a conglomeration of things like production, engineering,
Gotcha.
producing music.
Okay.
So it's Kronie is still an evolution. I've got
the band that was separated.
Well,
It's-
there's
the band is no
I
longer.
mean,
kind
there
of
were the
dissolved.
former members that contributed to the project. I thank them because there was a lot, you know, of contribution that came
Yeah.
to form what Kronie was, and now I'm taking Kronie to the next level where it needs to go.
That's
And
awesome,
so I've got a new logo coming out here that's going to represent that. And it's
Awesome.
just kind of like, you know, you can think of me like Tool or any other good marinated meat or wine,
Yeah,
aged
yeah.
wine. You know,
You're gonna get that same flavor.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the metal.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you what you want, but I'm also working on other skills. And, you got to fund these projects. You can't just go out there and say, well, I'm going to be so-and-so.
Yeah, look at us. Fuck. I mean, we're doing it right now, dude.
Bro.
So, I mean,
we get paid nothing for this, okay? This is all our investment.
So, I mean, really, if you go to Reverb Nation, Kronie's been #1 on Reverb Nation for rock bands in this town for over a year.
Oh,
So, and I've all the pages are linked up for you guys to go and find Kronie still. I took down the website. I'll produce another one. There's no real need for that because Reverb Nation produces a nice chart for and regionally. Last I checked, we were #2. So, Kronie is still very strong. I got an album on Spotify. I also have Kin of the Zen out of Phoenix. So I had a metal project that I recorded when I went to school out there at the conservatory. And so you guys can check out KIN of the ZEN, Kin of the Zen. That was my former metal band that we kind of forged. And so I did a lot out there. That's where I kind of gained more experience, like in a larger city.
Gotcha.
And so, I mean, what I've learned really with the equipment today is that, I can produce a lot of this stuff. So Kronie's alive and well.
Awesome.
There will be, we do have songs.
Yeah.
I do
That's
have
good news,
members
man.
that
I like that.
I'm recruiting new members.
Cool.
And I'm just kind of taking my time. There's no rush. I'm more interested in funding the operation than just kind of putting stuff out there. I mean, I'm going to approach it from a different angle. And with 2 Bays, it's really allowed me to gain respect in the music industry from an engineering perspective and to know what people want to listen to.
Sure.
And not to be just like, well, I want to play this, I want to play
It's
that.
not about what you
No,
want.
you
It's
have
about
to go-
exactly.
You have to go find the outside source that knows about that shit. That sounds like
so
that's what you did. Also, to gain funding, you could try to rent out a boat or something like that. We got Gil Rivers. He was he's trying to do his boat thing out here.
I'm ready.
I think
Gil
he
Rivers.
broke down with a boat.
Gil Rivers and his boat.
Nate, do you got that there? He sent us a message.
I got the video. I got the video of Gil Rivers and his boat.
He sent us a video before we get back to this whole thing here. We want to throw this in here.
Well, you know what? Before we get back to that, though, I wanted to know about this, AJ, right here. This the takedown tournament that you were actually just in.
Oh yeah,
you
I'm
were
glad
in
you brought.
this.
I know
were
you.
in-
we were going to talk about this after the video. Gil
wants
Rivers
Gil Rivers.
video.
Okay, we're previewing it. We're previewing it.
That's
okay?
what we're going to hit next.
Coming up,
That's
we're going to be
next
talking
topic.
to AJ more about the about his
give him
MMA lifestyle. Really,
Right.
we didn't know that we even
Well,
existed.
Dan, I know has been out to Lake Mead recently and all over, really. And now that I've seen what he can do, I'm interested to see what we can do.
Wait till you see what's happening next.
Okay,
here.
we'll talk to AJ about.
We're going to get into this.
Yeah. Well,
Here, a word
Who's in
from our
charge
friend.
here?
A word from our friend Gilligan.
Gilligan. We're going to talk to see
Gil
what Gilligan's
Rivers.
got going
His
on here. Gil Rivers.
His spirit animal's the bluegill fish.
And then also, you know what? We're going to check out some music from AJ. Actually, we're gonna watch one that I produced, the music video that I produced for the band when you guys were over at the Union Street gig.
Woo!
Thank you.
Dan, how much booze have you got in you yet?
That's all I got left, dude.
Fucking drunk.
I started this. I
Oh,
ain't stop
my God.
until it's over. Get it,
Hey
brother.
y'all, Gil Rivers here, and I'm here to tell you guys some good news. I bought a boat. Well, a lot of you don't know that you know me as Gil, but my real name is Gilligan. My parents were big fans of the show, and they named me after old Gilligan there, so it's kind of like, I should own a boat. I went out and bought one. Well, let me tell you a little story about what happened to me. I bought a boat and now it's broke. Oh, damn, man, help me. Oh, damn, man, help me. It's already broke down, so I'm looking if people can help me get me out of this stranded spot I'm in out here. My boat, I got the trailer right here, and it's a great boat, and I'm hoping that people might be able to help me out and maybe go to my GoFundMe that I'm starting, just so I can get some money to fix this thing up. And in return, I would like to give you guys all boat rides on my boat out here at Grand Traverse West Bay. This is the area that you need to be most careful when you're walking in like this. It was working fine yesterday. I fired her up today. Now she's broke. So that's what we're dealing with. And I'm hoping that y'all could just pitch in a couple dollars. That's why I wear safety glasses, so when these things happen, you're all safe. And if y'all want to keep going tubing, then you're damn going to get me out on this damn boat. and you're gonna help me. Because I know y'all are helping me, and I love y'all, and I'm hoping you can help me. So, yep, that's what's happened to me. I'll talk to you later. This is Gil River signing out.
hypocrisy, black currents of instability. I will never bow down to anything. Alone, superstitious, deep, explosive, naughty, not fire, sorry. She knows she can't be something to me. Well, no man will touch her.
Kronie, by the way, in case you didn't know. And this will be another show here at Union Street. We are appreciative for the opportunity. As usual, thank you, everybody, for bringing this to our attention and coming to the show. Got another one here for you if you want to hear it.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15?
Minutes what? Is it playing?
Roll it.
I was there. I saw it. I saw it all happen. That was the.
It
Oh,
was
look at this.
Huge. Okay, it was huge.
Who's here?
It was huge. Okay, that was Kronie. I put my guitar down. I'm done playing now. Let me explain something to you, okay? Very briefly, very quickly, okay? That was Kronie, okay? And they're the best, okay? Big league. If you really think about it, okay? If you really think about it, there's no one better than Kronie, okay? Frankly, there's never been a better band, okay? They're the best. And I just wanted to get that out there because, I'm a huge fan, okay? Big league, I'm a huge. And I love Kronie, okay? Nate, what do you think of the Kronies?
I love them.
I love them. I think they're great, okay? I'm going to leave it at that. But listen, if you really think about it, okay, there was one that tried to do Kronie. Her name was Rosie, okay? Oh, Rosie. She tried so hard, but she just, frankly, she couldn't get it, okay? And that's why we're going back to the real deal. The real Kronie, okay? We love you. We don't want you to stop. We know you're on the move, okay? And we got your back. We support you 100%. That's me, the DT. Back to you, Nate.
What?
Why do you do that?
Okay.
It's hard to take in, okay?
There you go. Now you got your, I guess.
Yeah, Trump, he just
wait a minute,
endorsed you.
Did Trump
It was
just
huge.
endorse Kronie?
It was the Trump endorsement
I
of
don't think-
Kronie.
It's interesting because I didn't bring that photo of him that he actually sent me kissing Melania and said, "Thank you, Andrew Smith, for your support." I got too many photos. I'm like, did anyone else get one of these photos of Trump
We
kissing
can't
his
keep
wife
this
next to an
guy.
airplane?
We can't keep the guy off the damn show. He keeps chiming in every 10 seconds.
All right.
Yep.
I can't help it. We
Trump
can't
just
help it. He
shows up.
comes, he pops in, just you got to deal with it. That's what
We were
is.
listening to some Kronie there. That was when Kronie was up on stage at the Union Street station here in Traverse City.
Yeah, man.
Part of that Q100 live stream series that was happening. There was a whole bunch of
Yes.
bands. There was a bunch of bands that were going in and out of the... And I got to be part of that. I have to contact them still and get my pay for that because I have never gotten paid.
I think it's awesome when bands, when bands
Did you guys
can
get
get
paid for
out
that
and they
gig?
can hit.
Well,
Local scenes,
actually, anytime
sorry.
you play at a licensed venue, if you're part of a performing rights organization, you should be getting paid.
You do get paid for the...
I get paid. Well, Union Street's a licensed venue, so
Yeah.
Okay.
anything that's licensed, I generate royalties from.
Right.
If
Off
I
of-
submit the stuff. In fact, that's the only venue I've ever had a successful, really, submission of that.
Really? No kidding.
But I mean, you got to do it within a certain time, and what songs? The songs have to be registered, and then you can get paid for that, and
That's
they
cool.
protect you and for terrestrial rights and things like that. But I mean, there's so much now. But I did secure a lot of that stuff because it was necessary.
See, that's one thing that
That's
we
awesome.
love about doing our show on YouTube is when we don't have the rights to be able to play the music. So YouTube, they'll flag us every single time.
Oh,
But every
yeah,
single
always.
time that we get flagged, that also goes back to the person who actually owns the royalties. So
see.
if anything, somebody should be gaining something.
There's
off
nothing
it,
that we're gaining from
Yeah,
it.
we're
It
not
goes
gaining
back to
jack shit.
Right.
Whoever is gaining royalties off that, if there's
If
any
they've
kind
got-
of payment,
yeah.
it goes back to them. So,
If they've got
and we
everything
always make
signed up.
that really apparent, and they can go back and watch the actual video instead of having
Well,
a,
yeah.
a bot. Instead of having a bot flag us, and then they have an actual person watch it and go, "Oh, well, they were actually on the show, so they gave their endorsement
Face is
there."
so red.
But no, I think it's great that you guys can get out and hit licensed venues like that because it really exposes you to potential fans. I think that's a huge thing. Getting in front of potential fans that haven't seen you before, but now they have,
Right.
and they're like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" You know what I mean?
That's
So-
absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Obviously,
Dan-
that's-
Dan's been drinking tonight.
He's
You know
he's
what,
dead on.
dude?
He's a precision guided munition.
Even when I've been drinking, I'm so spot on. It's speechless after what I say.
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
This is pure vodka at this point. I don't even have a chaser. Nate, I'm done. Can I stop,
You
please?
got a chaser? Wait, you
No, I
drink it all?
don't.
Did you
Look,
finish
this
it?
is all that's left. Should I just kill it?
You got to finish that. I thought you said you were going to finish that before the end of the show.
You're making me do this?
I'm not making you do this. You
holding me
said
to
you
it.
were going to do it.
You told me that.
I didn't tell you anything.
You're an ex-alcoholic, so
Anyways,
you should know I have to
so
finish.
AJ, The tournaments. I want to know about these takedown tournaments that are happening here in at the what was the name of the gym again? The
Significant Strikes.
Significant Strikes in Traverse City on Garfield, right?
Yes, sir.
Over on the Garfield area. So you performed in one just last week, was it?
Yeah, last Saturday.
Yeah, last Saturday.
Indeed.
And how did that go? Did you win?
I one match I did, but I lost 3 other matches.
Okay, how do the matches go?
They're 3 minutes long each, and there's points by how you're taken down or how many takedowns one achieves on the other person.
Is it like all? I mean, anything goes, and it doesn't matter how.
There are some limitations to things in more of a sort of it's kind of like a wrestling competition. There's some grappling involved.
Okay.
And you want to basically have a dominant position once the person's on the ground.
Now, can anybody go? Can anyone attend?
Yeah. It was basically $10 a person for the pre-registration.
Okay. Oh no shit.
I know that that was pretty much open to anybody. There were people from all over that kind of came and tested it out.
Cool.
But
And now when we say it's over on Garfield, we're talking like Traverse City side of Garfield, like by the old La Señorita. Is that where it's close to?
This one's you're talking about. Say that again.
The old La Señorita.
That's not. It's not there. It's right in Fit for You.
Fit for You.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So behind Puff there.
Yep.
So it's definitely it's not only the best gym in town for training, but it's also affordable, and their equipment and everything is top notch. They have a boxing ring. They have the
nice
octagon.
And clean, right?
It's clean.
Yeah.
It's it's a gym. You go in there and you get to get work done. So
no
it's
smoking in there.
There's no lunk alarm.
No smoking in there.
So,
hey, no, like if a guy like me came in there, when I wasn't been
all
drinking,
wasted off your ass,
and I'm like, I want to learn some shit, just like a fat guy. You guys got to get me in shape first, right?
Right.
So what? I mean, and let me know if this will work. This is what I'm thinking in my head, what I have to do here, and we're going to start it next week. We're no more drinking after tonight.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to the gym, and I'm going to do 2 miles a day on the treadmill, and I'm going to do like 60 push-ups a day. And my goal is like a pound a day, right, for 30 days.
Okay.
I'm going to lose 30 pounds. Do you think it's plausible? Yeah, you can do this. Think I can make it happen?
I think you'd be better off
43.
You'd be working off like a few pounds like every week is going to be better. So if if you stay
I'm setting the standards.
so 3 to 5 pounds like a week maybe if you were working out, but it's not always about how much you weigh, it's about how you feel.
Sure, I
right.
feel that.
Yeah, Dan.
Right now I feel like $1 million.
Well, I'm sure
There's
you
only
do.
a couple things that are slowing me down. For one, I drank tonight.
Well,
For
what
two,
you
I smoked
think?
cigarettes for 30 years.
Man,
I got to quit this.
Here's what it comes down to, and it really comes down to this. It's always going to be 90% mental, 10% physical. When you find yourself unable to really achieve certain results, or you're always comparing yourself to what so-and-so was doing, especially with social media, it's easy to get into that mindset. And it's really, if you look at your mind and say, well, it's just my mind telling me that. I need to make this mental change. And and a big part of enlightenment comes through physical exertion. So it goes hand in hand, really being when you have an issue with too many thoughts. And that brings me to a great point. One of the counters to all the martial arts that I do is the most important thing I believe there is you can do. I train with another gentleman named Brandon and Amy out of Original Hot Yoga on Garfield. And that's really the counter to all of the fighting stuff is really the breathing and the stretching. So you really can't maintain the longevity of a fighter and a warrior without the mental and without really training that balance and the ligament training and things that you need. So, you can continue to go, but not everyone's going to be Joe Rogan. Not everyone's going to end up to be some of these great fighters that make
and that's okay, though.
Muhammad Ali or whoever. But I feel like I've trained with the best people that I can find and learn what I can and contribute towards these type of things. Because when you do have other things going on in life, these help you stay focused. And other people around you see that. They're like, well, I know that so-and-so is always going to going to be disciplined with this, so I can count on them to be at my wedding,
Right.
or wherever. And
right.
so because you expose that, and that's what the takedown tournament was really about. Was really Significant Strikes forging their place for competitive fighting sports within Traverse City. That still isn't really getting into that whole MMA realm of and with the costs and things associated.
Yeah.
You see this, Nate? You see the knowledge that this guy has? We were able to play a retard and pull this knowledge out of this guy by like, what would I do if I came stumbling in here? And he's like, this is perfect because now he has the opportunity to take the platform and tell us the shit that we need to fucking really know, man. And that's why we love having knowledgeable people like that on this show because we're
idiots.
figuring this shit out too.
Yeah,
It's more than one component to actually get to where you're trying to go.
I want to look into it actually. I mean, because it was something that it was something that I was thinking about. I remember years ago was getting in. You mentioned.
Nate, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this, man?
I've got one stick here.
Not today. In 60 days. Let's do
show you a move real quick, Dan.
Do you have moves? I want to see.
Wait, AJ, do you want to?
You have moves. We know you have
Dan?
moves.
Well,
don't do it on me. Do it on him.
What's interesting is that we can teach moves virtually. So that's one of the most interesting things about the system is it's all about repetitions. Obviously, you need to get in a physical engagement. Direct experience is the only really way to learn.
Right.
But your instructor can't stand there and go through with you for every trial.
No.
It's like Luke Skywalker going down in Dagobah into the cave, and then he's dealing with his own father, and it's like only what you take with you, and he brings his fear, and you're dealing with that fear.
Did you bring Star Wars into this? Star Wars is so this, dude.
Yoda told them what was going to happen.
It's so much of the mental discipline.
That's what Star Wars was all about. It was the entire
dude.
Fucking
Yeah,
show
absolutely.
Was.
It was like totally ninja. It was a ninja. It was like a fucking
yeah.
Wu-Tang movie, dude. You know what I'm saying? It was ninja's fun.
Are you guys thinking about doing like more of the takedown tournaments? Is that? I mean, you did the
I think
one.
that they will. Chris and Allison and their team at Significant Strikes will make those decisions. I mean, I'm a contributor. I learn from them.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're going to be doing it, but I mean,
I believe it was
off of the last one. What do you
Yeah.
think? Like the
I believe
response
it's going to be a success. I mean, it really comes down to the people showing up. So you can't have a competition without the people being there.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we come in,
pretty
man.
well full of people. But I think I mean, you don't want your first event to really be unmanageable.
Right.
So it's good to just kind of get a feeler for what's out there, and isn't really any other gyms doing what they're doing in town. I've trained with Sifu Jim Adkins. I've trained with Master Chris Pline. I've trained at ATA, Warrior Combat Academy, and trained with different people from all over in this town, like Paul Vittorelli and Jeff and all those guys with their Filipino martial arts, Kun Tao. So, I've had a pretty good knowledge base here to learn from everyone.
Right.
But I just believe that what they're offering the community is just more of an open door, an open gym to be able to go in there and sometimes train on your own and utilize the facility with the showers, with the space. And if you want to compete, you can. If you want to just, it's open for women, for boxing. Allison teaches women's boxing there too. So it's not just, just going there for, not everybody's going in there to be an MMA
Do they have
fighter.
like reasonable rates too? Like when it comes to
they're the best I'd say there is really, and affordable as far as
because like the way that I think of it is like there's people that think of like, oh, I got to go find a gym, I just got to start fucking working out or something like that. But really, maybe if you get into something like this.
Yeah,
and the rates are comparable. Like you could be actually losing weight and learning something.
It's
at
hard
the
to
same
do. It's
time.
hard to be your own boss. I mean, it's good to have someone there helping you navigate a path that they've already been down, and they can just help you. Hey, take this path, or don't watch out for that rock there. And all those injuries that they dealt with, now they can teach you to avoid those.
They can customize it for your personal path. And which really brings up an interesting point because not everybody gets into it for fighting or anything. They use the discipline in other areas of their life.
Exactly.
And for me, it's like I want to be the best in the bed. You know what I'm saying? I want to use this.
That's understandable.
You feel me on this? I want to use this.
These skills are
martial
transferable
arts to transfer into the fucking. You know what I'm saying, dude? Doing it. And Nate,
that's
you're
another
laughing,
problem too.
Nate.
But that's an issue that you see with martial artists using that to get closer to people to do that type of stuff. And those are really traps too, as far as like being an instructor, watching out for that type of stuff.
Oh, you can fall into it easy.
Yeah, and being
everyone's looking to like, I want to get fucked by the baddest dude in here. I'm gonna lay it right out there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's not bad.
But that, it can weaken you and weaken your respect within the community if you're an instructor.
If you make it like about perversion.
Exactly.
Like
don't make it about perversion.
Well,
I'm talking about the next level. It's not perversion. I'm talking
people
about
can do
it's
what they
something
want.
classy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I take the old lady home. It's classy, dude. Like, I got discipline, dude. I got
and that's an art as well. I mean, the art of romance, the art of seduction is its own art, and
that's all I'm saying. It's a universal thing. You can use it for whatever your
compassion, being nice,
whatever your journey
those,
is. And not everyone's going in there to learn this stuff to just beat somebody's ass. They're learning it for the discipline and other aspects of their life. And I think that's what's cool.
Learn Kali, and you can go and fuck like crazy after.
Well, I'm saying
what I will say about Kali is compared to other martial arts, there is more of an equal ratio of males and females. You know, it's very great. It's great for women as well because it helps them equalize the fight by training with the weapon.
Sure.
And I think that you really see women take to the blade. And in general just want to really take out that aggression. So it's fun for men and women. It's definitely an art that you're going to see grow. I'd say be one of the most.
Hell yeah.
But I again I've found that you've got to kind of mix and mingle with everyone.
Mm-hmm. My wife just messaged me. Shut up.
She just.
Did you hear what he just said? It's so you can grow and so you can be good at. God, you know what? You're taking this the wrong way, lady. I'll be home soon. Don't worry about it.
No,
Nate, stop. No, she was listening to what I was saying, not what you were actually saying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, some of the things might come across like it's it's not really to be sexist or anything. It's
exactly.
Really just the idea that when you go to a lot of martial arts, it can be a bunch of old men.
Sure.
Or you're going to deal with people that are, highly trained fighters that are going into the ring, and it's just not a suitable environment that women always feel comfortable. And I think Kali really provides that feminine quality. Even if you look at sort of the yoga, Hindu aspects of it,
the way the compassion
people
side
move
of it.
in it. Like I was watching, like I was saying earlier, I was watching some of Apollo's videos, and it's like he's almost dancing the entire time. It's like,
well, you got to understand, Nate. There is a compassion to this as well. It's not just going to completely destroy your opponent on the ring, which you are ultimately going to do, but you show compassion. You show other qualities within the fight always that's going on. Maybe some people aren't even going to fight, but they just harness those awesome things like compassion and all these other great things you can get out of it.
Humility, being generous, really
seriously,
making
dude.
decisions that aren't always
like,
selfish.
hey, I could have just smashed your nose in right there, but I backed off and I wanted you back in the fight a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I could have crushed you at that very moment, but
is that something that happens? I don't
it's
know.
Interesting, dude.
I don't get in a lot of fights. I don't get in a lot of physical altercations in my life.
Well, guess what?
I've always been able to talk. Are you ready to roll? Oh, easy there, big guy.
Listen here, brother. Brother, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go in the ring. We're going to have a drink off, dude. You know what I mean?
Ray, why don't we see if Coke Hogan, we should contact the Cokester and see if he wants to go down to...
Does he want to go train?
Yeah.
Maybe he can teach them his Coke discipline.
Well, I mean... Could be
and they could incorporate that into their...
Yeah, we could get him working with them to do some advertising or something. Get the Cokester out there to help promote him, have him out there doing something.
You know what, Nate? You know what? Here's what's funny, dude. In 30, 60 days from now, you're going to be going, damn, dude, how did you do that? How did you go to 165 pounds? And I'm going to say because I was determined, I did it. I had
your
discipline.
Boat's fixed too. But,
my boat will be fixed. Gil River's boat will be. But listen, seriously, I'm going there, bro.
Okay.
I'm going. I'm going hard after this week, so I'm glad you're an inspiration, man.
Well, yeah, no, it is. It's cool stuff that you're talking about that's happening right here in the community that I think is like stuff that
Totally
needs to be brought to attention. You know, it needs to be brought to light simply because of the fact, like we were talking, like with the if
people
you're
have
going to
road
a gym,
rage.
if you're going to a gym currently right now. And you can learn something at the same time. You can learn a martial art at the same time, and it's a comparable rate. You may as well just drop the gym, go to the fucking martial arts, and you can start learning that. I think.
Could you imagine if road ragers, fuck
Can't
you,
even speak.
Damn it! Could you imagine if road
Rangers
went to this class and learned how to deal with this traffic? Because I'm telling you,
Oh my God.
it makes me crazy. But no, yes. Could you think about everybody in the town, like focusing on something like pure and like good vibes and start get away from the negativity?
Was that something that Cali kind of focuses on? Is it like a kind of like a
no negativity? It's positive.
Put yourself into
movements,
like a
positive
certain
movements.
state of mind type of a thing, or what is it?
It's confidence. You know, that's probably the most important thing that you draw from it is what you forge in your training really extrapolates into everything that you do in your real life.
And how about frustration?
Yeah, like again, there's that balance that I told you, because if you train too hard at something like that where everything you deal with is cutting someone in half at an angle or at
Sure.
and you're not training in like the breathing arts, like I said, like yoga or Tai Chi or something that sort of hones that other side, then there's no balance there. So it's really, the idea is not to really get
the
into
yin
a
and the
fight.
yang. It's kind
This
of,
sounds really
it's gotta
cheesy,
have
but
that.
like
Yeah.
when you're cutting someone's head off, like,
You gotta
right? You know,
breathe
like
when
you
you're
have a
cutting your
breath
head
that
off.
goes with it, that it all ties together.
The breath
like,
is really the focus, and that's how you become invincible to a lot of the outside.
Do you think that
influences
would help
and stuff.
people with anxiety?
Yoga does for
Yoga,
sure. I mean,
yeah.
and so do,
Like-
I call it. I think they go hand in hand. I think that there's a misconception, but the Kali and the yoga are really, or any martial art, for example. But yes, you have to find the martial art that works for you. Not everybody fits. Not every instructor's the same.
Right.
Not every place is the same. So you could say, I love Burger King here, but I go here and it's not the same. And why
Right.
is that?
Yeah.
So you really have to find the source of the technology that you want to acquire.
I love that.
I
Because
wanna check 'em
that's a huge thing. Hey, I don't want to. I've got frustration in my life. Well, there's several different ways to deal with frustration. Breathing is a huge part of it. You know what I mean? People are road raging.
Sure.
Maybe they could go to this class and learn how to have discipline with their breathing and managing things that are happening in front of them right at that moment, and like
That's why I go to AA, though.
overcoming it because
I do a lot of AAing. I mean, where I've learned
Nate's-
kind of a lot of like the acceptance of things
Right,
in
Nate's-
life, and what my life is now. The way that I kind of think every day is live life with no expectations. And just kind of keep on rolling like that,
Sure.
and then because if I do have an expectation, I'm kind of building up a resentment. I'm building up a reason that I'm going to be getting pissed off,
Right.
if I'm expecting something. So I just kind of
is
take.
this a therapy class we're in
Hey,
tonight?
well, no, seriously. I mean,
I'm
isn't
not
it?
kidding.
I mean,
This feels amazing.
I would have to say that even like martial arts is a therapy.
It
I
surely
mean,
is.
If you're getting into that, like you're saying, I mean, it's a lot
If
of
you
the
go
mind
into
and
it with that mindset, then
Yeah.
that's 100% what it can be. It can be anything that you want it to be. That's the beauty of it. It can go in any direction. I think that's kind of the,
I want to check it out.
Bringing together everything we talked about
the
tonight.
strategic strikes down there.
Well, I teach out of there as a place when there's open mats. If there's someone that wants to learn the art of Kali and the blade and stick art, or work on some more of the combative type training for self-defense, then that's what I specialize in.
Okay.
But if you're looking to join me at boxing class on Tuesdays, or work with Tuhon or Joshua in jiu-jitsu, or work
Nice.
with Chris in boxing, or Allison in boxing, kickboxing, they're all very knowledgeable. And so I also train with Amanda Corwin from ATA with Krav Maga. So, I try to include just, it's become more comprehensive. And really what I'm trying to establish for me personally is instructorship with the Kali program to offer a curriculum that allows people to sort of take with them little packets of information that they can practice anywhere. And it's really applicable to any system that they use. But what I like about Kali the most is that it's blade oriented. And a lot of systems in martial arts, when you look at the type of attacks that are happening in the U.S., the violent crime, it's many times we're dealing with sharp objects. So you don't always have a firearm, you don't always have these type of things, but in most cases you could carry a blade. And it's nice to have that for cutting a cardboard box or
it's about the best thing to have concealed, on you.
Or whatever.
It's all about self-control, and that's what I love about what you were talking about.
I know my daughter walks around.
Can I see your? I know I'm the drunk guy. Can I see your blade or your stick?
This is a Kali stick. I keep this blade here. This is cold steel.
Let me see your knife. Let me see.
So I like this type of system. I have another blade here.
Jeez, you got them all over you.
Yeah, this
Holy
is a Lone Wolf.
Nate, watch.
Lone Wolf Tactical. It has the Glock tool on the back, so I really like this with the Emerson opener. That was developed for the Navy SEALs to be able to open up on your pants. So I kind of like that because if I'm here, it just pulls right out, and it's quick. So if it's on the side of my pants, I pull it out.
Oh wow, that's
Bang.
cool, dude.
Guys, get a load
That
of
is
this.
dope.
And this
that type of
isn't
thing.
dull, okay?
Dude, that's cool.
Here goes some of my beer.
That has a similar setup. Lynn Thompson of Cold Steel develops all sorts of really awesome knives. Apollo, actually, Tuhon Apolo has a custom knife. This is one I earned at one of his seminars in Vegas. And it was a double blade seminar.
No shit.
And one of the really inaugural things that he had done teaching this across the U.S. His instructor is Grand Tuhon Leo Gahe Jr. And he's in the Philippines. He's really the sort of the lifeblood of the Pakiti Tersha that's evolved into this art of blade, which I akin to, again, like Bruce Lee, putting out videos and establishing all those videos. That's exactly what Tuhon's done, is really establish a sort of a Bruce Lee level attack profile through the web.
Yeah,
and that's
a great idea.
And with his team of Guru Ace Ramirez and Bakan Guru Chris Ramirez, his wife. He actually has a custom blade this is the one that Tuhon developed, and this is just a trainer, but
awesome,
it's
man.
called a karambit, so you can.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
One of these days I'll play with something like that.
Look at all the cool things.
I want to make a quick note that when I handed that stick back, it was falling off the table, and he was like, he grabbed it. It's like he is so in tune with the stick.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That thing is like nothing.
Yes,
is it made out of aluminum?
What do you got?
It is, yeah.
Flip the camera to you.
I think Wes Adkins is he worked with Wes Adkins, and you can buy that online. Plus, what's really exciting about it is it has this Kydex holster sheath.
It's not a lock blade. It's not a breakdown. It's one solid
Exactly,
blade.
yeah. Fixed blade. I mean, that's going to be the most reliable. But I think the issue runs into when you're carrying it, how do you carry this particular weapon? And that's why they developed a system to carry it. And it's very effective.
I bet you I know the system, Nate.
So
you're gonna hurt yourself. I would never drop. I've been drinking. I wouldn't drop.
I didn't bring the sharp ones.
Okay, look, we're on camera here.
I felt it. I was like, "Is this a pokey?"
This and don't. I'm not disrespecting your blade. Can't see it on camera.
You don't want to see that. I don't think.
This is how you carry it right here.
No.
Okay. Look, I can move. I'm not. It's not in any way. See that? Was I close?
Hey, it's kind of like
whatever works for me.
Again,
when you have a gut. You can put it down by the side.
You wouldn't. Yes. If this were sharp, it probably is not something that you'd keep in your pocket.
I would have just cut my penis off.
No,
don't take any advice from Dan right now. Dan is not.
I'm not telling you how to carry it. Everyone's different. Okay, I ate one of these one time and it didn't work out too well. So I don't know if carrying a blade that's about the same danger.
Well, AJ, this has been
Dude,
actually
totally.
a trip of information.
Thank you.
This has been a very
awesome,
cool. Like I don't know. I want to check out the gym. I want to check out the fighting style, all this stuff. You know, I mean, I want to know a
Let's
little
look
bit
into
more
it,
about
man.
the Filipino fighting style and Filipino martial arts. And the Kali fighting style. That's just that's.
Yeah, you can go to artofblade.com. It's the iKali program. They're all over Facebook, YouTube. Just put in Apolo Ladra or Tuhon Apolo, and you definitely will find a lot of the type of material that I've been working on learning.
Cool.
And you at least you know where the source is.
Yeah.
And also again with the team here and everybody, big thanks and shout out to everyone that I train with here in town.
Yeah, dude. I'm
So-
gonna check these guys out. That's Strategic Strikes over there.
It's significant strikes.
Significant.
Yep,
Excuse me.
they're on Facebook too.
Strategic.
Yeah, significant strikes.
And my page absolutely justified Kali. If you want to go there, I just kind of put out pictures and stuff, but you can contact through me through there for training.
Okay.
That's sort of the conduit. You know, I'm available when I'm available. So
Okay.
Can you do me a favor? Can you put these on and put on this right here, and then tell us how we can come down and do some training with you?
What?
Now nobody wants to kick to the face wearing these bad boys right here. You come to my gym, you'll find out what it's like. Now, that being said, I'm not going to cut off my own penis.
I will.
He said something about that, and I don't want you to do that. Alex Jones, don't do it. Just keep it, okay? Keep it. Now, as far as training is concerned, you know what to do.
Diamond Dallas Dan, thank you,
I'm
brother.
in Dallas, Dan.
That was awesome. Thank
AJ,
you so much.
it's a pleasure to have you come into the studio, into the new place here. It's been a long time since we've had you in the Stooge, but it's
So cool.
We're glad to have you come back in here, man. We want to see more. We want to see more from Kronie too. We want to see you up on stage.
Yeah,
dude. We can't
don't
wait.
despair. The songs are already out there. I mean, I'm just kind of honing skills. I mean, you know, it's a multifaceted project.
Yeah,
so I
you're a busy
appreciate the
dude.
support.
Yeah, you got a lot of
Yeah.
shit on your plate.
Yeah,
you know?
so just let everything marinate, and the time will come, and we
I
will definitely
understand
have
that.
some.
And
some
don't
excellent
think
songs,
that we
yeah.
were drinking, making a mockery of what you were doing. This is actually
No,
water.
I
I'm
would
messing
never
with-
think
This
about
was
that.
water. I wasn't messing with anybody. That
Bullshit.
was
You're
a
drunk
joke.
off your ass. You couldn't.
That's what
Thank you very much, Nate and Dan, south of the Straits.
Dude, of
I
course.
No problem,
can't.
man.
I don't appreciate people enough sometimes, and you guys really went out of your
dude.
way to.
we love you. What
you
you're
know,
doing, dude.
Dude,
I mean,
blast
we
me through
love
the
Kronie,
censorship
bro.
of what's going on these days.
Trust me, we're
No.
true fans. We're
Thank
true
you, guys.
fans of the music,
absolutely.
man. And
Thank
we,
you.
We're gonna
we
watch
love what
some
you're
more
And
Kronie here.
yep, shout out to my girlfriend Danielle too.
What up,
Danielle is
Without
putting
her,
up with him.
I would, yeah, for
Yeah,
putting
you
up
put
with
up
all
with
my
her,
crazy stuff. You know, like she's been awesome.
I
Without
bet
her,
you she's like, no problem. She's like so disciplined. She's like, yes, no problem.
Does she do the martial
get
arts?
on the
Yeah,
yoga?
you know,
Or-
she's taken a liking to that, and
Really?
it's not. I don't try to force it on anyone. I mean, we try to have our own thing.
Is she going to be like Luke Skywalker and you're going to end up being Darth Vader? Is she going to surpass?
I'd say, well, look, I don't want her to turn into the Sith. No, you got to
No
be
Sith,
You,
okay.
yeah, you train someone and it's like you were once the master. Now I'm the master. You know, and he cuts off Obi-Wan's head and.
It wouldn't be
Yeah.
a good thing if your girlfriend did
Yeah,
that. probably
especially
not.
yeah.
So
although it
good,
doesn't
dude.
make a whole lot of
I
sense.
have died
but-
during this interview. I love it. Shit. Thank you so
Come
much,
back a few
man.
times, I think.
I think this is basically our whole show at this point, dude.
Yeah,
We
we're
made it-
wrapping things up, Dan.
We
Yeah,
wrapped
we're-
it up.
We're wrapping up the show right now, actually.
was perfect.
Obviously, we want to thank AJ for coming in here and everything
Yeah,
that he's
dude.
got going on over there at Significant Strikes.
Everybody help out Gil Rivers with his boat. He's got a
Get out
GoFundMe
there.
going.
Rivers.
Get something done.
He's trying to get out there. He's trying to get his boat fixed. So if you guys can help him,
Yep. And then next
Graciously
weekend, I think we're going to be
appreciate
trying to talk to some of the bands from the Ascota Rock Fest. I'm going to be
Yeah,
trying to
dude.
get in touch with Gabrielle from Black No Graffiti, as well as that guy, the lead singer of Saving Abel, and Tantric. We're going to be
Yeah,
trying to
man.
talk to those guys too. So
Oh,
that's,
sweet.
Yes, we're going
That's
to be
pretty awesome.
putting out the feelers to try to get these guys to remember that. Hey, we had a.
Who else
interview.
was there? There was Saving Abel.
Saving Abel and Tantric.
Does Graves Crossing, they still work with them, or I know they kind of were friends?
No, I haven't. Graves Crossing, I think they got a new singer. Actually, they got
Okay.
Daniel Tolan. Dan was actually a country singer who came into here one day.
Okay.
Or behind the old studio.
And
there.
who is this? Who's still the dude from the Graves Cross? What's his name?
Dino?
Dino.
Yeah. Shout out to Dino.
Shout out to Dino, dude.
Still
One
out
rocking
there.
guy.
Long
Yeah.
time no talk about Dino, man. Let's bring Dino back. Let's blow him back up.
Yeah, he would be good to talk about.
He's a front man, like he's
Extraordinary.
always wanted to be he's the guy, dude. So Dino, man, awesome, man. Yeah,
They're
well,
still
thank
around.
you, man.
They're still kicking it, man. So
Awesome,
maybe
man.
we'll be seeing some stuff from Graves Crossing here soon. I don't know because
dude,
I mean,
what-
I
have
know
we
that they
been
did a
talking about
party.
this
They did a
lately?
party like a few.
We were talking about this, right?
Yeah, just now, about 5 minutes ago.
No. Before this, I think even a couple shows back, we
Were
talked
we?
about Graves Crossing.
Maybe we did. Yeah,
It came up,
I
dude.
think we did. Maybe they're on. Yeah, maybe it's
He's
gonna
on the move. Dino's on the move.
Yeah. Okay, Dan. we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, man. Thank you so much.
Salamat po.
It's always nice to see you guys every Sunday, and like I said, next Sunday, a bunch of interviews that we are working on behind the scenes. Let's watch some more from Kronie's gig at the Q100 when the Q100 was doing their live stream events that I was helping out with down there at Union Street.
We got one
watch
more
this.
song for you guys tonight.
And we'll talk to you guys
Nautilus
later.
Automaton.
Later, guys.
Thank you again, AJ.
Thank you.
We're gonna
Thank
get
you,
prepped
brother.
for it and rock your face off with it.
Yes, well, and there is time, and they wanted us to give you time for us to speak while we're tuning. And so I like tuning, personally. When it comes to tuning, there's nothing more exciting. And I think we should spend more time talking about it, really, expressing ourselves about it. It was like nothing you've ever seen, let me tell you.
A little bit awkward, I'd imagine. Love it.
Yeah.
Nothing like a fish.
But you can't see notes, can you? Or can you? Can you taste your numbers today?
Hayes taste numbers. I guess. That's about color.
Well, how do you feel about eliminating human rights? Oh yeah, that's right. Is that the one? Oh. So this next one's called Nautilus Automaton. It's kind of like, it's robotic, you know.